Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the Two Dumb Yinzers. This is episode 629 of the show. What's up? Good morning, Jen on the board. Yeah, I got to tell you guys, Victory Wednesday feels just as good as Victory Monday to me. I don't know. I'm still feeling it. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, guys. Oh yeah, just that music alone, Mike. Man, that got me fired up. I'm fired up. Look at me.
I'm ready to run through a wall.
You Derpy, did you have your coffee today?
No, I did not. So
Now Derpy, no
we'll have to
coffee.
see.
Now Derpy
Yep.
looks like he is Derpy looking in through the outside of an anus. Remember before it looked like he was looking out of an anus? Now it looks like he's looking into the anus. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. Fired up today.
Jesus
Good
God.
morning. Yes, it is Mike the Steel 2024. Good morning, Phil the Steel. Everybody looking good this morning. Welcome. Riding high. Jen's riding high. Guys, I've been getting addicted to things on YouTube. And I mean, like addicted to where it's ridiculous. I'm up all night watching. And my new thing is this Audit the Auditors. Audit the Audit. Good morning to John, my man. And, you know, these guys have so much balls. These guys that do these, because they're the ones that have the cops pull them over and then they exercise their rights. Which I know that I would F it up big time to the point where they would probably be beating me. But this is so addictive. I've been watching this at least 3 hours the last 2 nights. Good morning to Brian over at One Man's Opinion on Sports. And I got to tell you, I'm addicted. I was on the Angry Grandma for the longest time on YouTube. Now it's this Audit the Audit. My God, this is I want to do this so bad. But again, I will be the one to get my ass kicked by the police. So I'm not going to do it. But if you haven't checked this out, watch it. These people, they're like smart asses basically, but they know their rights.
Yeah.
And then the cops pull them over and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not giving you my ID. Yeah, I'm not talking to you. I'm not giving you any it's the most amazing thing ever." However, again, I would never be able to pull this off.
Me either. But, I'd get beat.
Brian said, "I told you months ago the guy I watched been arrested 11 times." And you know what? It wasn't even Brian. I brought it up to him yesterday on his show, or at his show, and he says, "Dude, I watch it all the time. It is addictive. I got to tell you, check those shows out." Again, Audit the Audit, I believe, and then there's all different kind of varieties and things like that. But go to right here on YouTube, and I just got to tell you, them guys got balls. And they all sound 110 pounds when you're listening to them. When you know,
yeah, like I
like now I'm not totally getting.
Yeah, because oh yeah, and you have to be careful. Some of these cops will flip out on you. I've seen somewhere these guys get slammed down hard and stuff, but you're going to make money off these cops though, so might as well. I'm all for
Well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, you got to be ready. Like, all these people got their camera rolling and everything, and I just noticed some of the times, like, they ask the cop, they're like, "Do you have your camera on?" Their body camera, and they're like, "Oh no, I'll turn it on now." Like, you can't trust these people. You can't trust anybody. And like I said, if you know what you're doing, you could use your first, third, fourth, sixth rights to get away with these kind of things. But again, you know, don't have anything at all in your closet. That's what I'm finding out, because if they have something, they're going to get your ass. If they pull you over,
they'll get you.
Don't try to be a smart ass if your inspection's up, or you know, you got to be pretty.
They'll hit you with they'll hit you with something.
Absolutely, man. So I'm totally addicted to that. And I just want to say one thing I learned before we get started, that I learned from watching it, was, you know how people say, you know how when you flash your lights to let people know that there's a cop? Well, apparently you're allowed to do that. I always heard it was illegal. No. United States Supreme Court had decided that it is freedom of speech to flash your lights to let people know that cops are back there. And I you know what? I dig that, because I do that. I help people. I try to, if I see cops, when I get up the road, I start flashing my lights.
Yeah, me too. You don't see that a lot anymore, but I do like that. I saw one where a cop was like, "Oh, you have flashing lights on your vehicle." Guy's like, "No." Well, yeah, you flashed your lights to let people know we were here. It's like, yeah, I flashed them. The cop's like, yeah, that's flashing lights. Whereas the law is flashing lights. You can't have your lights go in and out like this constantly. So even, the cop couldn't even read basic English. It was comical. And that guy was pulling up the Supreme Court law that you're talking about. It was great.
And believe me, those people don't care that you're flashing them. They're happy that you're flashing. There's a cop back there. They're not disoriented. It's just cop bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you some bullshit. I'm going to make, and that's one thing I found out too. They make a lot of stuff up. Cops
are allowed to
make
lie
a lot
to
of
you.
stuff up on the run, and they'll tell you it's the law and shit. The cops are allowed to lie to you. They are. The cops are allowed to lie to you. Allowed to use propaganda against us. But that's a whole other story for a whole other day. We'll get into that. But I got to say, I am addicted. If you want something new and interesting to check out these auditors on YouTube. I'm addicted. Guys, a couple things before we do get started. You want to hear something funny or something?
Yes.
Kind of awe. It's awe. Bring awe. Clareton High School here in Pittsburgh. They outscored their opponents this year 476 to get this Derpy. 14. They're going into their last game of their season tomorrow, and they lit up 14 points all season long. Pretty amazing. 14 points. I just thought that was interesting.
That is insane.
That's dominant.
And also the other thing was this. Only one team in the NFL, guys, only one team in the NFL has not reached 20 points all season long. And it's our friends from up at the lake. The Cleveland Browns, guys, have not reached 20 points. 20 points all season long. They're the only team in the NFL. And not only the only team in 2024 that hasn't scored 20 points, the Oakland A's scored 20 points in some of their games this year in baseball.
I saw that. I saw a graphic, and it was like, has your team scored 20 points or
It's
more?
like every college team.
It was like,
every NFL team.
Yep.
3 baseball teams.
Yeah, in the baseball one, it's like, no, but we call them runs. And then there's the Browns. No.
Browns have not scored 20 points all year.
I love it.
Now, it wasn't funny when it was happening to us a few weeks back, but now it's happening to Cleveland. It's the best thing ever.
Oh, heck yeah.
We're halfway through the season.
I'm up for it. Anything that makes Cleveland look bad.
Halfway through the season. Still hasn't scored 20 points.
And this was the team that was supposed to finish above us.
They were supposed to finish above us, as well as the Cincinnati Bengals.
Mm-hmm. Look where we are.
Yes. I got a little announcement so far, a little early here on the board. I do want to say to everybody, I'm going to start something new here. We'll start it on Thursdays. If it works, we're going to continue it. If not, we'll discontinue it. But Derpy is here, so I'm going to make an announcement. Every Thursday, as of right now, we're going to have Ask Derpy Thursdays. So if anybody during the course of the show has a question, it could be about anything. It could be about fixing a car. It could be about spending the night with a woman. It could be about shopping at the mall. Whatever your question may be. Right now, we'll start Thursdays. Again, it's going to become an everyday thing if it picks up enough popularity. But all day today, throughout the morning, if you want a question to ask Derpy, it could be anything. You just type it on the board. We'll keep tracking it. We'll kind of do it all at once so we could, so it's not all over the place. But if there's any kind of exotic questions, or it could be the most simple question, Derpy, what's your favorite color? And we'll go from there. We'll see how it goes. I think it could be a lot of fun just because Derpy can be a bit animated, I guess, a good word John used the other day on the board. But he, all day today on the board, if there's any questions you have for Derpy, this is a new segment we're doing on Thursdays. It's called Ask Derpy. So feel free to ask your question or put your questions down, and later on we'll gather them all up and we'll ask Derpy, and we'll see how. Example on the board, John says, Derpy is your favorite position, doggy. Derpy, you would then reply, and it'll be funny, and we'll go from there. Everybody understand, Derpy?
Yes.
Mike?
Yeah, I got the Derpy questions pinned, so I'll be able to pull them all
Perfect.
Up at
See,
one
this is what happens when you work together, and you're not working against me. Look how nice this is.
Are we going to start fighting again?
It's like a team effort. It's like we're the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike.
You're like when Sullivan and oh god, Kessel were yelling on the bench when they won the Stanley Cup. When we argue, that's what goes through
Yeah.
my mind. I'm just trying to coach you to the finish line, there, Phil.
Okay, so see, Jen's already putting her questions up. So, Mike,
Ooh.
is that pinned
No,
for you? Is that
Yeah,
okay?
I'm pinning all of them. I'm not going to pop them up. And
All right,
people
and
will read them
you
in
know
the
whatever you
comments,
want to
but
ask,
yeah.
whatever you want to ask, anything you want to ask Derpy, just put it on her, and we will do this, and it'll be a lot of fun. Guys, Pittsburgh Steelers. I am still enjoying my victory Monday, but I'm enjoying it on Thursday. Pittsburgh Steelers off the big win over the Jets last week. Get the other team from New York this week. Monday Night Football. Steelers play the New York Giants on Monday night. Let's get into some Steelers.
Yes.
Here's some Mike. Let's start off with some numbers.
Yeah.
Let's find out where the Steelers rank according to Fox. Let's see where they rank according to CBS. Let's take a look around at a few things right now in the NFL with the Steelers related to the Steelers. Fox NFL's top 10. Fox NFL's top 10 has the Steelers at number 8 overall, and that is between both AFC and NFC teams. They have Kansas City 1, Detroit 2, Minnesota 3, Baltimore 4, Washington 5, Green Bay 6, Houston 7, the Pittsburgh Steelers number 8 overall in the NFL, Buffalo 9, and Chicago, bit of a surprise to me, number 10. And these are the Sunday Night Football power rankings. So let's just kind of gives you an idea of where they got the Steelers on average. By average, number 1, they have Detroit instead of KC. Number 2, they have KC instead of Detroit. Comparing to the Fox list.
Yeah.
Baltimore number 3, Minnesota number 4, which the other list has Minnesota 3, Baltimore 4, Green Bay 5, Houston 6, Washington 7, Buffalo 8, Pittsburgh 9, and the Philadelphia Eagles number 10. So on the Fox rankings, we are 8th in the league overall. And according to Sunday Night Football on CBS, we are number 9 overall in the league, which, you know what, we'll take it, right?
Yeah, I'll take it.
That's a step from last year.
Yeah, we're getting better.
And if the playoffs started today, we would be playing the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo.
Again.
So we have 9 weeks for that to fix itself. But yes, as of right now, we're ranked right around 8 or 9 in the league, and we would be sitting in the spot number 4 or 5, something like that, wherever we would be playing the Buffalo Bills first round. So that's interesting. Steelers are looking pretty good. My question is this. Good morning to Mark on the board as well. Seems to me everybody's making their moves. Everybody's getting ready for their stretch. The New York Jets, and this is all AFC teams. The New York Jets goes out and gets Devontae Adams. The Buffalo Bills power up. They get Amari Cooper. And just yesterday, the Kansas City Chiefs get DeAndre Hopkins. So as every team picks up their superstar number 2 receivers, I'm wondering when the Steelers are going to get their number 2 receiver.
Yeah.
Mike, the big rumor over the past 24 hours was this. Cooper Kupp. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the front runner at this time. And on the Vegas odds, a negative 125. The second team at a plus 400 is the Chargers, a plus 600 is the Buccaneers, and a plus 700 is the Detroit Lions. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, according to these Vegas odds, have the inside track on getting a Cooper Kupp, who I had a bit of some talking the other day off the air.
Yeah.
And my question is this. We were talking, Mike, and what if you would feel this? I would love for it to be Cooper Kupp, but my issue is this. If he like a third round, which could turn into a second round if he stays healthy. I mean, this again, speculation. I don't know. Let's say there's a Scotty Miller, some player that's insignificant. We package him with a third round pick. But if Cooper Kupp comes here and stays healthy the rest of the season, it turns into a second round pick. What do you think about that? Because he's injury prone. I think because here's the thing, you can't value a broken car too high, right? You have to have some kind of incentive. to take that broken car.
Yeah, I wouldn't for a straight 2 for Cooper Cup. I would not make that straight up. One, because of the injury. Two, because of the salary. The only way I would give a 2 flat, just a flat 2, if he was healthy and they're taking salary on. Even if they take salary on, I'm not giving them a straight 2. But you add that condition on. If he, is able to play the games out, does not get hurt, okay, I'll flip it to a 2 because I know I'm going to get something out of him. If he gets hurt, that's a gamble. You roll the dice, You have to take that chance, and you have to pay something to take that chance. So I would do it that way.
He's 31 years old as well, Mike. It isn't like we're talking about a 24-year-old kid.
Yeah, and I heard, too, one of the players that might be packaged in a deal if we have to pull someone would be Calvin Austin III. I don't like that. I like the way he's playing, but you have to give to get. So I would do it that way if you're packaging someone to get Cooper Cup, and if he can stay healthy, because he's more than just a slot receiver. He can play a couple different, line up in a couple different spots on that offense, and he's still a damn good playmaker. I would do that. Yeah, but I like I was about to just say, I don't know why he would go to. Like Detroit's on that list because, like Robert's saying, Detroit has a ton of receivers. That's why when you're reading off the odds, I raised an eyebrow. Like Tampa Bay, yeah, they lost Mike Evans, they lost Godwin for the year. What kind of push are they going to make? And if you're an NFL GM, let me ask you this: how willing are you to make a trade with Omar Khan? Seeing what he did to Chicago twice, seeing what he's did with Carolina. I was talking to guy at work, do you think Omar Khan has a reputation out the league now of someone who, was able to pull a fast one on a couple teams? Now they're not going to bite as hard on his trades, because that's what's slowing us down. Teams want more just because Omar has a reputation already as
because we bullied the Chicago around a little bit.
Yeah, we bullied Chicago twice. Now we're getting payback from the rest of the league.
Well, let's hope that's not the case. I would love to pull Cooper Cup again. He's not young. He's 31 years old. He has been dealing with injuries. Maybe some kind of stipulation in the trade as something as this, maybe a third round could turn into a second round if he stays healthy. I think something like that's fair because, again, you're buying a broke car, and you shouldn't be paying top price for a broke car. So I'd be cool with something like that. I don't want to lose Austin, but as you said, you got to kind of give a little to get a little. Mm-hmm. And I think he does so many other things well. He's in the return game. We used Austin for both punt returns, kick returns, so on. I think that could be big. So we will see. This will be something we'll be keeping our eyes on. I'm not going to hold my breath like I did with Brandon Ayuk and everything else. So we'll see how that lands. Mike, I would love to. I was thinking to myself last night, if you put Cooper Cup in that second receiver spot, we got a pretty nice offense. And it looks to be improving as well, not just by looks, but by results.
And you're seeing the guys that were being schemed open that Fields didn't hit. We saw last week Russ was starting to hit those guys. Now, is that just Russ's swan song? That was his last good game he's going to have, and he's going to go back to looking kind of like how he did early in the preseason? Or is this a good sign of what's to come? You add another top flight receiver, this offense could become a legit scary offense in the NFL because the line's improving week after week. Knowledge is getting better and better week after week. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully Omar Khan gets it done, but there's a dark horse candidate that I saw online. People were talking about, like legit NFL people are like Jacoby Myers from the Vegas Raiders. If they're in a complete sell mode, he would come a whole hell of a lot cheaper than Kupp. He's, not the big name like Kupp, but he's still a productive player. He puts up about 700 to 800 yards a year. You get about 6 to 8 touchdowns a year, and that's what you need, a compliment to George Pickens like that. But I'd much prefer Cooper Kupp. I think he's a better route runner, and I want someone like that opposite Pickens. But if you can get a Jacoby Myers, and then you're still able to maybe keep Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson never can see the playing field, now you have a legit receiving core. Plus you have Darnell Washington emerging in the pass game. You have Freiermuth looking like he's going to fulfill his potential. Now this passing game opens up. Now, like Mark Malone just said on the board, teams won't be able to stack the box. That opens up that run game more, and that opened up the run game more. Artie Smith loves play action. Russell Wilson does well out of play action. We have an offense that can, on paper and in my mind, that can contend with some of the better teams in the NFL.
Let's get caught up on the board.
Yeah.
Let's see. John says if Cup wants a ring, he'll go to Detroit. Robert says Detroit has more receiver than it needs. They aren't even looking to get a receiver. Mark says, I wish they'd give Wilson a try. I wish Wilson could stay healthy long enough to try him. Keep trying to come back in, Derpy.
Yeah, Derpy, keep trying, bud.
Derpy keeps lagging out, he says.
Yeah.
Keep trying. All right, so then the next one was opinion. The Steelers are getting healthy, and with Russ, they can make a serious run. I agree. John. Yeah. Let's see. Dial up more complex schemes in the playoffs. Mark says,
I was talking
hell
about
yeah, buddy.
the comment to Lamar. Yeah.
Mark says, hell yeah, buddy. The offense will be fine. He also says teams can't stack the box anymore. Robert said exactly, which is 100% true. Also, John says, couple go into the middle. I would love that idea. Wilson had no middle targets last game, and that has to change. Dees will take the two edges away and force middle throws anyway. And Field of Steel says, I'm not saying anything until Monday, November 18th. Yeah, Derpy, keep trying. I need you, man. If you could get back on here, that would be fantastic. My guy, what was the last? I just closed it down, and I seen he texted as I closed it down. What
Derpy's like talking like he's in the chat. He's like, I would prefer Cup because of his experience. Derpy,
okay.
hop on
and people, people want to hear you too. They want to hear your, because we are, listen, if you have a question for Derpy every Thursday, we are going to start something today. Ask Derpy if you have any questions. It don't matter what it is. If it's about the Steelers, it's about sports. If it's about his love life, anything that you want to ask Derpy, put on the board. He will be answering today in his own animated type way.
And this right here, Jen, ahead, yes, Mike. I'm seeing a lot of this online too. Like she said, like trade for Cup, and you can go get Darius Slayton and or Williams. Third and a seventh. We have a ton of seventh round picks, and then now you have you're bringing in two more NFL caliber receivers, and if you have to give up Calvin Austin to get Cup, okay, now you're going to replace that production with the Slayton. You're going to have someone like or a Williams in there. We'll have to find someone to return punts, but Cordella Patterson, get back there, buddy. You're doing it all.
Yeah, I think he's expected to play this week as well.
Yeah, so yeah, Jen, that's great insight there. Yeah, I've seen that more and more online of people suggesting that move, and that's a damn good move.
Mark Malone says Derpy's laying pipe as we speak. Thanks for ruining my appetite for the next 6 hours, Mark.
Yeah.
Also, Russell Wilson's when he has a good play action pass going on, man, it was effective. Mm-hmm. And as John was saying, or I think that I agree. He's another psycho word. He can be a lot of fun. I'm really pulling for Cooper Kupp.
Me too.
And like I said, also with Russell Wilson and effective play action, my God, this could be a pretty good team, guys. It will open up that box, as John said. We're going to be able to run a little bit better and run more effectively and just do more things effectively if that's the case. So things feel like they're coming together, Mike. And as we said after this game against a very beatable New York Giants team, we get a week off. We get to rest a little bit. Maybe getting Mike, handle what Derpy's talking about, would you?
Yeah, I got him.
Okay. But as I said, get people healthy in that week off. I think Corey Trice is coming back. There's a handful of guys that are getting close to coming back and then come out with, fresh legs after a week off, watch some other teams, watch some film, get ready for the Washington Commanders after the break. But it really feels like this team is starting to come together. This is the most I've been, come on, you got to say this has got to be the most impressive they've been in the past couple of seasons. Through the Kenny Pickett project, through Mason, through Mitch, through everything, it really feels like this is a football team again. And again, don't get me wrong, it is 2 games.
Yeah,
there's a lot more, a lot more to be. We could come out next week and shit the bed, which I hope that isn't the case. But it's looking better. It's looking better. I'm feeling more optimistic. And I think people in Pittsburgh are too. And I got to say this, Mike, you have this huge game on Monday night where they have color rush uniforms, and it's another primetime game. You've seen the excitement in the last Sunday game. I don't think this one's going to have the star power there as the last one did. But you know what? For Pittsburgh, for the country to see this team, they're representing with the terrible towels and the crowd, everything, I guarantee Monday night is going to be just as fun as last week was. And as I said, it's kind of nice that the Giants are totally beatable, and we could, very well win this game and make it even better for the fans of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I hope so. But this is a team you really shouldn't overlook.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, and like the players were even saying that. They were like, they're like Landon Roberts, like, no, these guys are in the NFL for a reason. We're not overlooking them, which is kind of what we said going into the Colts game when we saw what happened. I think they just got out schemed that game. I didn't think they were prepared for the switch over to old man Flacco. I think this one they're going to be locked in because they're going to have to, man. They have their nose tackle, Dexter Lawrence, 9 sacks and leading. I think he's up there in the league lead. So it's going to be, they get through this game and then get that bye week, come back against the Commanders. This team could be sitting really, really pretty if we get a trade happening. Even if it doesn't happen again right now this week, if it happens before the bye week, you get 1 or 2 receivers in, you get, a whole week of practice leading up to the game, get these guys acclimated to the system, the offense can take off. But they got to beat the Giants. And Giants can be pesky. Their stats don't look good, but, that high-powered Washington offense, they held them to, no touchdowns. So it's going to be a tough one.
Also on the board, John says there's a dog in heat in Derby's neighborhood. Also, let's see, Phil the Steel says, yeah, be honest, Derpy, you're with Mrs. Jones right now. John says Derpy's gone, Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah.
Don't forget, everybody, put your Ask Derpy questions in for the day on the board at the end of the show. We will ask Derpy anything you want, anything.
Any question you want.
This isn't TV. Go as far as you want. I think this could be a lot of fun. Also, let's see. Robert says they can't, or should I say, won't double TJ as much as Nick Herbig. Special packages. Okay, special packages with Herbig and Highsmith coming off the same side will wreak havoc. And Phil the Steel says, respect every foe. Remember, as they say, any given Sunday. Absolutely. And that's the thing that we kind of have the luxury to do is talk a little shit. And you know what? I think that we're going to beat them up. That's just my personal opinion. But again, I totally agree and understand. Ooh. Also, Jen on the board says, did you guys hear this? Will be the last year with the current color rush jersey scheme. I heard next year it'll be inverted to the 1968. Lots of gold. I like those. I think we wore that one time back in the 90s. I could recall was kind of a cool uniform.
Here we go. Since Derpy does not want to comment on the YouTube channel, I have to copy and paste this thing. Derpy saying this is a trap game. It's the Giants, but the Steelers tend to lose these games. Yeah, there's like what people say, like what the typical Tomlin game. I think we had that. I think we had that against the Colts. They got it out of their system early, and like Ryan was saying, the way this team has come together since then, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm seeing players hold each other accountable more.
And this is the most progress I've seen on a Steeler team in quite some time. Like you and I talk about off the air, that progress you feel when teams are getting better. I'm feeling that again. I haven't felt that on a Tomlin team for quite a few years now, but you're feeling it every week. It's getting a little bit better. It's improving. That's the signs that shows that you're getting to be a better football team.
Yeah, I think like wasn't last year we said this team, it felt like Tomlin had that new energy. The players had that energy again from like when Tomlin's first couple of years. I think we may have been a year ahead. Now this year, it feels like, how it did those first couple of years under Tomlin. Guys were excited and fired up and ready to go. I think we're seeing that this year. And it's just gelling right now. We're coming together at the right point of the season.
Pittsburgh Steelers, according to NFL on CBS, they have a 90.9% chance to make the playoffs this year. That's a very good chance. I think like fifth in the whole entire NFL.
Yeah.
And Mike, this team, is it any surprise because they do have the number 1 defense, they have number 1 special teams, and the number 16 offense, which, you know what, I'm okay with because it appears to be getting a little bit better every week. And Derpy. What is he doing? What is he up to?
I told him to go into the YouTube channel because he was commenting to us in the private chat. No one could see it.
Oh, I was wondering what the hell was going on.
Yeah, that's what's going on with Dirt Dog.
But John, they are. They're passing the eye test. It's feeling better. I feel like they have as good a chance as anybody else right now, with an exception of a couple top tier teams that seem to win no matter what happens. So I don't know. You got to kind of put that into consideration. But 90.9% chance of making the playoffs as we speak. They got the number one defense, the number one special teams, and also 16 overall, which seems to be improving. Derpy, get in here. What is he doing?
He said he won't answer the questions unless it's PG. You know how you might not answer. We'll ask them, and then you can just move on from the answer.
What?
He won't, when it comes to ask Derpy anything, if the questions aren't PG, he said he won't answer them.
Derpy, just come here. What are you doing?
See, this is why Derpy needs his coffee every morning, so he's on point.
A couple things from this past week, guys. Beanie Bishop Jr. Beanie Bishop Jr., of course, had 2 interceptions. Is the fifth player in the NFL since Aaron Rodgers has been in to intercept Aaron Rodgers twice in one game, and he did win. Mike, he won the Pepsi Zero Sugar Rookie of the Week. This is a pretty big accomplishment for a guy who didn't get drafted.
Yeah.
After just a little under 2 months of play. I'm very, very excited about Beanie Bishop. And again, after this week, we will be Derpy the Gentleman. And after this week, we will be getting Cam Sutton back during the break to get moving forward into the second half of the season. Another positive thing. Mm-hmm. And again, if he is rusty or he doesn't live up to what we thought we were getting back, Beanie Bishop is playing very well, Mike. Just another one of these things that falls in this category of this team looking better moving forward.
And I don't know if you saw the comments from Beanie. He was asked about Sutton coming back, if he was worried. He said no. And this is just someone else to help us win. And he's been engaged. He's been helping me through this entire process. And if I more or less saying, if I stumble, Cam's there. If Cam stumbles, I'm there. Like I think what's Friday was saying, hey, everyone has each other's back, and that's just, you're seeing it right there with Beanie Bishop, the way Cam Sutton's working with him, because Cam knows this guy can take my job. He's been around the league long enough to know your job's not guaranteed unless you're one of the marquee guys, and he took that chance to help Beanie Bishop fill in his role in his absence. That's huge. And like you said, Beanie, the growth, not just from training camp to now, but from in season when we saw him struggle, 3 or 4 games ago, getting completely burnt. Now, Aaron Rodgers decides to pick on him, and it didn't work well for him.
And Mike, hold on one second. And Derpy, we got to do picks. Get in here. You could lag. That's okay. And listen, I'll help you if you have problems with questions. I'll help you. Just get in here. We have a lot to do today, man.
Yeah, get back in the room, Derpy. Yeah, we got you, bro.
Also, did anybody see Deshaun Elliott's terrible towel shoes?
Yes,
those were badass, man. They were
amazing.
Up like terrible towels, and it said terrible. That was cool. I like that Deshaun Elliott.
Like he all pro, man. Like people
he leads the
now
team in tackles.
Oh, he is starting not just like the big NFL like people watching him, but like independent people who break down film. They're like, oh, this dude might be an all pro. He might be one of the better safeties in the league. And like, yeah, he's flying all over the field. And that tackle he made on that run stuff, you can tell this guy watches a ton of film because there's no indications for like this the plain eye that, oh, this is going to be a run coming up. He knew it right away, signaled something over to Minka, and then he just blew the play up. This guy is all pro. Omar Khan, baby. Omar Khan. As much as I want to bitch about Omar Khan, about not getting a receiver, but he's finding all these good guys.
I like how he also found the depth as well and brought Terrell Edmonds back. Because let's say Deshaun Elliott doesn't, something ain't going well, he gets hurt. Guess what? You have a guy that played in this defense alongside Minka Fitzpatrick for quite some time back on the roster. So, again, there's the little things that just seem to be putting the pieces. They're coming together. And as I said, hopefully the second half of the season where a lot of people thought it was going to be a disaster, maybe we could make a run of it. And, again, the 2 Ohio teams aren't quite what people thought they were going to be. So you got to take that out of there. You were expecting these to possibly be tough games. their division. It is going to be tough, but you understand what I'm saying. It's not as difficult as as we initially expected. Yeah, go ahead. I thought was you going to say something, Mike?
No, I was going to say, like, you answered, you made the comment. I was going to say, but they are divisional games because that's what we always talk about. But they're going to be so much easier than what they were at the beginning of the year on paper because Bengals defense is not improving at all during the season. The Browns are just getting worse and worse as the season goes along. So, yeah, I'm not saying we're sweeping both of them, but I think we can go at worst 2-2, and that would be fine against those teams. It's going to be coming down to Baltimore. If we split Baltimore, split the whole division, we have a really good chance of making the playoffs.
There's my Derpy.
Derpy!
I'll protect you, Derpy.
Real quick, here. Derpy the gentleman, that's kind of easy compared to Ryan and I. Everyone looks like a gentleman. I think he did. I think Patrick Queen did try and reach out to Sean Elliott and said, "Hey, you might want to come up here."
Also, Mike, yesterday we got LC Greenwood gets snubbed again from the Hall of Fame. That was somebody that you were really pulling for to be able to get into the Hall this year. LC Greenwood from the Steel Curtain was snubbed once again. However, three Steelers had moved on. Right now, they're at a total of 50 players, modern era players that are still eligible for the Hall of Fame class of 2025. The three Steelers are these: Hines Ward, James Harrison, and Gary Anderson. I would like to see all three of them in, but if one of these guys gets in, Mike, good morning, Ron. How you doing today, sir? Never a problem. So, Mike, and I think we kind of answered this question before. I know you like Harrison. I'm a big fan of getting kickers in the Hall of Fame because I think that they're just as or more important than a lot of players are in what it is they contribute to a game. I like Gary Anderson. It's been the longest for him amongst these modern era players. Of these three guys that's left, I want them all in the Hall of Fame. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But my guy, if it's going to be one this year, I want to see Gary Anderson get in. Mike, Hines Ward, Harrison, Anderson, and Derpy, you as well. After Mike, Hines Ward, James Harrison, or Gary Anderson, who do you want in the 2025 Hall of Fame?
That's a tough one. It's a tough one. I know I have my like Hines. I think it might just be on the outside, but if he makes it, I'll be ecstatic. But I'm pulling for James Harrison. Just that undrafted rookie free agent, the guy who played in NFL Europe and then came out of nowhere once he replaced Porter against the Browns, he more or less never left the freaking lineup. Yeah. So give me James Harrison just for the story involved.
I want all three, but I would have to agree with you, Ryan. I think Anderson would probably make it most likely.
Just because it's been so long. You know what? He's one of the best, and he's the all-time leading Steelers scoring leader. One of the best kickers ever. The guy's percentage was amazing. And if anything, as I said, I want to start seeing more kickers get in just because they win a lot of games and they're very important and they don't get any credit. So, I would like to see Gary just because he was that dude. Ron says, I hope Hines makes it. Like I said, I'd like to see, I want them all in eventually. I think all these four people that I mentioned today, from LC Greenwood, from the, the old list to these three on the modern list, I'd love to see them all. I think they all deserve to be in eventually. But my guy right now is Gilly Anderson. Two more things here, guys. Again, we have to get into these picks. Get this. Now, you know that our schedule got screwed up and we have 6 division games to, fit it for the second half of the season. We are the only team in the NFL that has not played a division team yet. No other team, 31 other teams, nobody is on the same schedule that we are. We have not played a division team, and we don't play one for almost another month. We have New York this week. We have a bye. We have Washington, and then Baltimore. Absolutely insane. Nobody else in the league has not played a division team, Mike.
But it really does not surprise me.
There's never conspiracies against the Steelers. There's never.
Never. Remember the COVID year. Anytime a star quarterback got COVID, they changed the schedule. When it happened to Big Ben, you guys are going to go out there and play. We don't care. You got to play. Like, okay, for everyone else, but for the Steelers, no.
Let me catch up on the board. Jen said that's BS. LC needs to get in. I agree 100%. John says, Derpy, do you come
Ooh.
from the Westminster Kennel?
Good call.
Ron says, I hope Hines makes it. He also said Hines Ward was never afraid to make or take a hit. Psycho Ward, Field of Steel, always get up with a big smile. Absolutely. And Robert, the Bears haven't played a division game. Oh, okay. It was according to what I read, it was just us. But you know what? You may be 100% right, and I take your word. I honestly do. I don't have it pulled up in front of me. One more thing, guys. But it's the Bears, and then one more thing here, Mike. Get this. Mark says, bring on the clowns and the bungs. I agree. Get this. According to PFF, Mike, you're going to love this. Highest graded defenders in the red zone. Highest graded defenders in the red zone. TJ Watt atop the list, 95.8. Is this just more of PFF not making any sense to me? Because I acknowledge all the great things that TJ does. But in the red zone, I certainly don't. He doesn't stand out to me as being the one that has the best grade in the whole entire league playing defense in the red zone.
That big force fumble, pressuring the quarterback, stuff like that. Yeah, so I can see it. I can see it. Yeah. Because when we get down
the next
in there,
person is at 91.2. He's at 95.8. He's that much better than everybody in the red zone.
I will take it. Like off the top of my head, I'm not remembering plays, but I know watching the game back, he's
right.
just very disruptive down in the goal line.
Absolutely.
I think Landon Roberts should be number one just on that one play alone.
PFF it's just goofy. That is what it is. Brian's saying they lie. They're just goofy.
You know why he's saying they lie? Because TJ Watt's number one.
Well, yeah. And finally, guys, the Danger Russ. I think I'm getting this one.
I've seen this.
I'm getting this for lunch tonight at work when I go to work. At the radio station, I'm going to DoorDash, and I'm going to have them bring me a Dangerous Permane Brothers sandwich. Just come out the other day after the game. Permane's did name their latest sandwich the Dangerous. Just give me one moment. I can pull up and tell you what exactly is on that Dangerous sandwich.
I was going to say one man's opinion. Yeah, I'm the same way. I only use PFF only if it helps me in my arguments. Otherwise,
absolutely.
No, they're lies. Dirty lies. Oh, last year they were wrong. Myles Garrett being the top of all these lists. Now this year that TJ Watt's up there, Cam Hayward up there, heck yeah, they are right on the money.
Real quick.
Exactly what Jen said.
The Dangerous, if you want to go to Permane Brothers and get the new Dangerous sandwich they made for Russell Wilson after the big game the other day, it has on it pepperoni, salami, ham, and bacon, served Pittsburgh style with Permane Brothers' signature provolone, fries, slaw, and tomatoes. So go check that out. I'm going to get that for lunch tonight when I go to work. I can't wait. I love when I get Permane's for lunch. Makes my day. A little bit of scoop from around the NFL, Mike. We do have to get to these picks. Derrick Henry, we were talking about him earlier, has more rushing yards than 23 other teams right now. Derrick Henry has more rushing yards than 23 other teams in the NFL right now. This guy is a beast. I sure hope. I think that we could split the season series with the Baltimore Ravens.
I think so,
but they are going to be very good. They're on a winning streak. They haven't lost in a while. But yes, Derrick Henry again. 20 more rushing yards than 23 other teams. Finchy Blue, yes, Finch, you do. I can't wait. I can't wait to taste the Russ. Let's see. Also, Mike, get this. You're gonna like this number. NFL leading quarterbacks at this time in yards is no one else other than Geno Smith.
Geno
leads the NFL in passing yards with 1,985. Mike, number 2, the second best passer in the league, Baker Mayfield.
No way.
1841. Brock Purdy, number 3, also with 1841. I guess that would be a tie. Kirk Cousins, 1830. And finally, the 5th best quarterback in the league by yards this year is Lamar Jackson with 1,810. So you have Derrick Henry, who rushed more than 23 other NFL teams, and Lamar sitting number 5 overall in passing yards. Again, this is going to be a tough team down the road, but I think the Steelers could beat them one of the 2 times for sure.
I think Lamar has not thrown an interception this year, I believe, as well. Something along. I think he might.
We only thrown one interception all year as a team. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
itself.
just weird. Like we're not seeing a lot of these quarterbacks that typically can be turnover prone.
Well, they haven't
Not
played us yet. Wait till they play
that's
us.
maybe that's true.
Also, Mike, only quarterbacks get this. Only quarterbacks with two or more interceptions. Okay, this is the only quarterbacks that have two interceptions, at least more than the amount of touchdowns they've thrown. These are
Twice
starters.
as much.
Levis has 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, or 7 interceptions. I'm sorry, because it's 2
Yeah.
more. My bad. 5 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Anthony Richardson, 3 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Gardner Minshew, 4 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. And finally, Patrick Mahomes, 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. The first few players I don't give two
Wow.
shits about, but the last one on that list was a pretty impressive one.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Tell me
Yeah.
that this team isn't beatable. They're undefeated, but come on, little things like this tell you that this team is beatable.
They are beatable. And what helps them too, I know I was going to say the refs, but their defense, once again, underrated defense. They have a damn good defense. Let's see what D Hop does. It'd be damn like he has no wide receivers down there, so you get D Hop in there now and see what it looks like that offense. But yeah, this is the year that they are very beatable. That they can, like, you can see the Bills or Baltimore knocking them off in the playoffs.
Also, the NFL draft as of right now, this is the order. We're not in this top 10, but these are the top 10 teams that the draft would happen today. Number 1 pick overall would go to the New England Patriots. Number 2, the Carolina Panthers. 3, the Browns. 4, the Titans. 5, the Jets. 6, the Saints. 7, the Jaguars. 8, Las Vegas. 9, the Giants. And 10, the Miami Dolphins. That, if the draft was going on today, would be your top 10 picks. And I do got to say this, speaking of the Dolphins, Tua is practicing this week and anticipates playing in their next game. I personally think Tua should hang it up. I mean, those are bad concussions. I mean, you know, people in football get concussions. His concussions are bad, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's his decision and it's his life, and I just hope him the best. That's all.
Yeah, like I if I was him, yeah, you take the money and run. But you're a competitor. You want to play, so you do it. But man, is it worth it, man? Is it worth it?
You have a life to live.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Football is only temporary. You got family and things like this. So
it's
hopefully he makes the right decision, and if he doesn't, again, hopefully he is all right.
It's not like you're going to get knee replacements, hip replacements. This is your brain. You only get one of those.
Right.
So
Derpy says, "I love when Dolphin fans suffer." You know what? I feel that, Derp. I mean, I'm sorry, Finch. I'm sorry, Finch said that. I feel that. Mike, we have to hop over into the picks.
yes.
Just because we have to get them in. The first game of the NFL of the weekend starts tonight, so we don't want to miss out. Derpy, we have you in the house here. Good deal. The game tonight is between the Vikings and the Rams. So if you want to get a chance to look at the recently undefeated Minnesota Vikings, check out Thursday Night Football tonight. It is the Vikings and the Rams in an NFC matchup. Check that out. Mike, Derpy, you guys ready to make some picks?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Derpy, you were still in the lead, 5-2. You gave yourself wiggle room because you were so successful early. I've been following your strategies and your patterns and your algorithms. You're onto something good. Derpy, you're up 5-2. And again, this is ultimately for Permane Brothers, a Permane Brothers award at the end of the year. So one man's opinion on sports, part of being a fan is getting caught up in room. Absolutely.
Yeah, but well, yeah, I was just replying to what Cam was saying. Yeah.
What did Cam say?
No, he posted this right here. Cam said fans need to relax on trade rumors, worry about the guys that are here. That? Yeah, that's what Cam said. And I replied back to what Cam was saying. Like, that's part of being the fan is getting caught up in the rumors. That's that's what's fun about sports. You get caught up in the rumors and going around.
Absolutely. You guys ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, Mike.
Here we go.
Derpy, here we go. Put on your thinking caps, guys. Let's get these picks in. Tonight, the Vikings at the Rams. Well, Mike, you won last week, so you get to pick. Do you want to go first or second today?
I'm going to go second.
All right. Mike is deferring. He's kicking the ball off. He's receiving in the second half. Derpy, I'm going to come to you and start this thing off. Vikings at Rams. Who do you like in this game?
Who did the Vikings play last week?
Can't remember.
Detroit.
Give me the Vikings.
All right. Mike.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Vikings as well. Sam Darnold's going to go off, and Cooper Kupp, just heal up, baby. Just heal up, take the game off.
Wait a minute. Cam said Steeler fans need to relax.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you relax like him, we wouldn't be moving that guy the way he relaxes.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, let me get back in this. All right, John is also putting his answers up for his picks as well. He took the Vikings, guys, and so did Ron. Next game, guys, no Sunday morning games. The next game is at 1 o'clock on Sunday. The Packers at the Jaguars. Derpy, Packers at Jaguars.
Give me the Packers. There's nothing much to say about the Jaguars right now.
Mike, I think that you probably picking the same thing.
Oh, yeah, I'm picking the Packers. Jordan Love is playing. He's starting to heat up.
Okay. All right. Next pick, guys, the Cardinals at the Dolphins. Cardinals at the Dolphins. Derpy, Cardinals at the Dolphins. Cardinals just had a nice win over whoever they played on Monday night.
I think I'm going to take the Cardinals.
Cardinals?
Yeah.
Who did the Cardinals just play?
They played the Rams Monday night, I believe.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Mike, who do you like in this game, the Cardinals or the Dolphins?
I'm taking the Cardinals. This.
All right.
Yeah, that Miami team is done. I don't care if Tua might play or not.
No, I agree. Even if he does play, I think they're probably in a worse position if he does.
Yeah.
Next game, Derpy, Jets at Patriots. Jets at Patriots.
Jets.
Mike, Jets at Patriots.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Jets. It's going to be a bounce back game for the New England Sucks.
They lost 4 in a row.
Yeah, I know.
They lost 4 in a row. They're totally due. You taking the Jets?
I'm taking the
Jets.
Jets.
Game that could help us, but I highly doubt it will. Derpy, the Ravens at the Browns. 1 o'clock Sunday. Ravens at Browns.
Henry's going to go off.
All right.
The Browns stink.
Give
me the Ravens. Yeah.
Mike, same question to you. The Ravens at the Browns.
Yeah, I don't see the Browns stopping the Ravens at all. I know it's the division game, but I think they're just going to steamroll them.
All right, another division team, guys. The Philadelphia Eagles at the Bengals. The Eagles at the Bengals, Derby.
Eagles.
All right. Mike, Eagles at the Bengals.
Give me the Bengals. Some home cooking. T. Higgins. I know A.J. Brown and Hurts are playing well, so is Saquon, but I'm just going with the upset here. I think the Bengals have this one.
All right, guys. Colts at Texans, interdivision game. Both of these teams doing good. The Texans at the top of the division. Colts beat us. I mean, they're in the middle of the pack. Derpy, Colts at Texans. Colts at Texans.
Give me. Ooh. Yeah, give me the Texans.
All right, Mike. Colts at Texans.
I'm going to take the Texans. There's no way they should lose this game.
They're not playing up to their potential either this year, but I agree. I think they'll win this one. Next game, guys. Titans at the Lions. Derpy, Titans at the Lions.
Lions.
That's a no-brainer, huh?
Yeah.
Mike, same question. Titans at the Lions.
Taking the Lions all day, every day.
All right, Derpy's an NFC South showdown between the two teams that are probably going to be in the front runners in that division. Falcons at Buccaneers, Derpy.
I'm taking the Falcons.
All right. Mike, same question to you. The Falcons at the Buccaneers. Yeah, Derpy,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Derpy.
I was just going to say that they're all bruised up, the Buccaneers. I'm taking the Falcons.
Yeah,
Right.
that's my logic. Well, man, they're without their numbers 1 and 2 wide receiver. Poor Baker. Give me
Talking about,
Atlanta.
I'm going to get a
Yeah.
shitty handout.
Oh God, yeah.
Saints at Chargers, Derpy. Saints at Chargers.
Oh,
This is the first
That's a
405
tough
game.
one. Give me the Chargers.
Mike, same question over to you. Saints at Chargers.
yeah. God, I hate to pull a Derpy, but I'm gonna say the same, man. Give me the Chargers.
All right. Derpy, the Bills at Seahawks. Buffalo at Seattle.
Ooh.
This might be a good game.
This might be.
Ooh.
Bills at Seahawks. Derpy. Bills at the Seahawks.
Give me the 12th man.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
Michael, the Bills at the Seahawks.
Give me the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen, who's playing at an MVP level.
All right. Back over to the NFC Derpy. The Bears at the Commanders. The Bears at the Commanders. What do you think?
Is Jaden Daniels out?
Mike, is Jaden Daniels out?
I do not know. Give me 1 second here, Derpy. You know, you're dragging down the show. Kill me, bud. No, hold on.
He just wants details. That's all.
No, he is questionable, Derpy. Questionable. He didn't practice as of Wednesday. He did not practice Wednesday.
Give me the Bears.
Ooh, gutsy. Mike, same question to you. The Bears or the Commanders?
You know what? Give me Mr. Fingernails himself. Give me
Interesting.
Dub Bears. Yeah, like both. It sucks that Jaden's out might be out because both these young quarterbacks are playing pretty damn good football as of late.
All right, guys. Last 4 games. Let's knock these out. Derpy, Chiefs at the Raiders. Chiefs at the undefeated Chiefs at the Raiders. Ron saying that JD5 is out. But coming back to this game, Derpy, Chiefs at the Raiders. Who do you like?
The Raiders stink. Give me the Chiefs.
All right. And John's also saying he will play. Talking about Jaden Daniels. So I'm not quite sure, guys. Mike, over to you. Chiefs at Raiders.
Damn, this is going to be a close game, but I think the Chiefs are going to pull it out. Like, I know the Raiders have beat them in the past, but I think the Raiders are just such a hot mess. They can't pull it together to pull off the upset.
No explanation. The Chiefs over the Raiders, I could take that at face value. Derpy, Mike, the Panthers at the Denver Broncos. Wasn't this a Super Bowl one year?
It was just when the entire offensive line for the Panthers decided to not show up.
Derpy, who do you like between the Panthers and the Broncos? I think this is a totally winnable game for the Panthers, but Denver's playing a little bit better now, so who knows? Derpy, Panthers at Broncos.
Who's the quarterback for Panthers?
Bryce Young's coming back because Andy Dalton was in a car wreck.
Bryce Young versus Bo Nix. Who do you like?
Bo Nix. Give me the Broncos.
Interesting. Mike, Carolina at Denver.
Denver, yeah.
Okay.
I don't trust that Carolina team at all.
I watch Deontay Johnson. He's going to pull it off this week.
Yeah. He
also
probably will. Running backwards.
Sunday night game. This was a big matchup in the 90s when I was in senior in high school, or junior at least. The Cowboys and the 49ers.
Ooh.
The Cowboys and the 49ers, a huge 90s matchup. Derpy, Dallas at San Francisco. Who do you like?
I hate to pick them because I despise their fan base. But give me the boys. 49ers are bruised
Derpy
up.
took them boys, Mike. Cowboys, yes.
Yeah.
Mike, Cowboys at 49ers.
I'm going to take the Cowboys. Like 49ers with healthy receivers, the guy who got shot.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not. I wish I was joking, but I'm not.
No, you're right. He played his first game after getting shot in the chest in a robbery, and he probably right now is their best receiver, which is insane because they had some pretty nice ones.
Everyone's hurt, man.
And finally, Derpy, Mike, Giants at the Steelers. Giants at the Steelers. I need a final score so we could add it up and use the sum as your tiebreaker this week. Derpy, Giants at the Steelers Monday night. What do you think?
Give me the Steelers.
All right.
28 to 10.
All right. So Derpy has the Steelers 28-10 with a total of 38 points for his tiebreaker. Mike, over to you. Giants at the Steelers.
I'm taking your Pittsburgh Steelers.
With
32 to 14.
32-14.
Oh my God, Ron!
Oh my goodness, Ron.
That was
pretty
almost
close.
Yeah, Ron said 32-13.
Great minds think alike.
I know, man.
And then there's Mike.
Oh, damn.
So, Mike,
Hurtful.
your total is 46. That is your tiebreaker. You guys both picked the Steelers. Derpy's tiebreaker 38. Mike's is 46. That is the picks. It is official. I'm putting them in the vault, not to be pulled out until Tuesday, once every game in the NFL is completed. And again, Derpy, you're up 5-2 on Mike this season. So good luck to both you guys.
I think I got this one in the bag.
It's going to be a good one, guys, as they all are. I don't want to take anything away from either one of you guys. Usually do really great at these picks. A couple things here before we do start to wrap things up, guys. Pitt, big night tonight. If you're you want to watch some college football tonight, Pitt and Syracuse have the Thursday night game on ESPN. They will be broadcasting from the Cathedral, from Cathy, actually, the Cathedral of Learning. Check out the undefeated Pitt Panthers, 19 ranked overall in the country. They come in 6-0 to take on the 5-1 Syracuse Orange. That game is tonight on 7:30. It's 7:30 on ESPN. A lot of good players will be playing, guys. Pitt's got a pretty tough team. Check them out tonight. Pitt, Syracuse on ESPN. Penguins will be back in action tomorrow as they travel to Edmonton to play the Oilers. That is tomorrow. But now is what I've been waiting for, at least.
What?
Mike, time to pull up the questions of the day.
Oh,
we won't take a whole lot of time. It's all right, Derpy. I got you, man. I won't let nobody hurt you, Derpy. So Mike will pull up the questions. And now is the time for the segment that is called Ask Derpy. And throughout the show, we asked everybody to put any questions on the board that they want to ask Derpy to answer in his own Derpy kind of way. Put them up on the board, and Mike had gathered them. And Mike, yes. I tell you what, I'm going to pass you I'm passing you the crown. You get to ask Derpy the questions of what people want to ask Derpy.
All right. The first one from Feel the Steel. Derpy, plain or peanut?
Oh, peanut butter Derpy. Plain or peanut? Chunky, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Ooh. You mean the
I can't wait to get to a tough question.
Yeah, I know.
Plain. You like plain? Okay. There you go. Feel the Steel, plain peanut butter.
This one from Brian from One Man's Opinion on Sports. Have you gotten in contact yet with Claudia Rose, the streaker?
The streaker at the Steeler game, Derpy.
No.
All right.
He is not. Okay.
Jen wants to know, how did you become a Steeler fan?
Ooh. Well, I was 6 when that happened. And I guess I just followed my dad's lead.
So you've been a Steeler fan for about 20 years then.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's impressive. All right.
The Steeler Freak wants to know, do you come from the Westminster Kennel?
Do you come from the Westminster Kennel, Derpy? Of course, a dog facility, right?
And Derpy, again from Feel the Steel. Who killed JFK?
Ooh.
This one's
I got to tell you
confused.
this.
What
What's
was
that?
that,
I
Derpy?
would assume that they're listening right now, but that's just me.
Who did you say? The CIA?
Yeah.
that was my answer too.
Oh, yeah. Mine too. Okay, here we go. Jen had another one. Do you want to punch Ryan or Mike? Think long and hard about that answer. No, you're good.
Maybe Ryan for his burps.
All the shit that Mike gives you, and you want
My
to punch me for my
man.
burp. All right, that's fair.
Okay, we got one last one. This is borderline derpy, but it has to be asked. You don't have to answer. We got to put it out there.
Here we go.
Is your
Is
favorite,
your favorite
position
doggy? You could say yes. You could say no. You could say no comment, or you could say, as a matter of fact, my favorite position is, and go on with however you would like to continue. Derpy, is that your favorite position?
Thank you, Ron.
I'm just gonna completely ignore it and say that I have a dog.
Okay.
Whoa, okay. But anyway, we're gonna blow past that comment by Derpy to thank Ron for the donation once again. Thank you, sir.
I'm willing to pass
Appreciate
up it, but you know this crowd, they're rough, Mike. I wouldn't be
They
surprised
are
if they
rough,
start
but
getting on Derpy.
but we have one last question from Ron. Why is Derpy afraid to show his face?
Oh, Derpy, why? Why are you afraid? I don't think Derpy's
Because
afraid.
It's his whole
I think
persona.
he's too beautiful. I think he's too beautiful. He doesn't want to distract the viewers. That's what it is.
Exactly, Mike. Exactly.
I think it's part of his shtick. Because
Yeah,
I've
I
still
think
never
it is
seen his
too.
face.
Yeah.
But that's all right. I still can't believe Derpy wants to punch me. And Finchy says punching Ryan would be easier on my fist. More than likely.
Oh my
Mike, why
god.
don't you go tell everybody about the website, man?
Head on over to the2dumbusers.com. Check it out, everyone, especially if you are new here to the Two Dumb Users. We have all of our links over there, more than one app popping up. We got the merch store. We got the blog that gets updated weekly. It's going to get updated Friday, and then Tuesday after the Steeler game. So yeah, go check it out at the2dumbusers.com. Everyone, check it out. Over to you, Derpy.
Oh shoot.
There's what we've been waiting. That's what we
This
was looking
is
for.
the Derpy fumble we have been waiting for.
Yeah, we was waiting for the fumble during the game. He fumbled after the game, but that's close enough for me.
Derpy pleads the fifth, like
Oh
first
wait, I got it.
amendment.
I got it.
You
All
got
right,
you
go
got the
ahead.
script. All right, let's hear it, buddy.
If you're new to the Two Dumb Users show, be sure to subscribe below and boom, pound that like button.
That's what I'm talking about, Derpy.
Something tells me Derpy has that written down somewhere around him, and he's shuffling to look for it. But you know what? That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And again, I still can't believe the guys on the board of not giving Derpy trouble. I totally understand the innocence of the dog comment, but again, you know these guys. Sometimes it can be rough.
Oh man.
Also, I do want to say thank you to Ron as well. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
I didn't want to. Ron, I've seen Derpy in person, and it was awesome. It's like seeing God's face. Literally, only Moses have ever seen it. That's what the way Brian is with, or things are with Derpy. Brian is the only one that's seen his face.
We are not
on
worthy.
the top of a mountain.
Oh my god! You know, like that scene in Pulp Fiction. They open up the briefcase; it just glows. That's what it's like when you lay eyes upon Derpy.
So there you go, guys. Good job, everybody. I do want to say great job to everybody on the board that did participate and ask Derpy questions for the first ever. And like I said, again, if it's successful, we'll continue to do it. If not, we'll cut it. But I thought that this could be a lot of fun, and I think everybody will be a little bit more comfortable moving forward, especially Derpy. So I think this could be a blast. All right, guys, do check out the website, www.the2dumbusers.com. That's www.the2dumbusers.com. Mike puts cool stuff on there all the time. Do go check it out. All right, guys, this is the question of the day. Of course, on the show, when we whoever the Steelers play that week, this is who the trivia question is going to be about. This week is going to be about the New York Giants. Mike and Derpy, put on your thinking caps. Everybody on the board, everybody at home, here we go. Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor is considered to be one of the best defensive players of all time. But which college did LT attend? And I'll give you a hint. This college is best known for basketball. So the question is, Lawrence Taylor is one of the best defensive players of all time. I don't think anybody would contest this. But the college that he went to is what I'm looking for. And the hint is it's a basketball college.
Wow.
So you might be surprised. Go ahead and think that over. We're live. We're live 5 days a week right here, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day right here on YouTube. All right, Mike, I'll start with you today on this question of the day. Don't calm down, Derpy. Don't get too excited over here. Michael, what college did Lawrence Taylor attend? Ron on the board says UCLA.
Ooh.
Keep in mind, it is it's known for being a basketball school.
I'm gonna go North Carolina.
North Carolina. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
All right, I'm gonna lock you in. Mike says North Carolina. Derpy.
So did Jen. Great minds again think alike.
On the board, Ron said UCLA. Jen says North Carolina. Derpy, what do you think? John saying Duke. There you go. You can see it right on your screen. Derpy, where did Lawrence Taylor go to college?
I'm going to guess Kentucky.
Ooh.
Kentucky. Is this your final answer?
Yes.
All right. Derpy's locked in on Kentucky. Mike's locked in on North Carolina. A few other suggestions on the board. UCLA, Duke, some more North Carolinas. Guys, question of the day. Lawrence Taylor is considered one of the best defensive players of all time. What school, mostly known for basketball, did LT attend? Derpy says Kentucky. Mike says North Carolina. A few other answers on the board. Duke, UCLA. Guys, the final answer to the answer to the question is LT. Lawrence Taylor went to the basketball school of North Carolina.
Whoa, I took a guess.
North Carolina. I would have never guessed it. I only know because I looked it up. LT did go to North Carolina. That's a tough one. Good guess, guys. Whoever got that right. Nice try if you didn't. But LT did go to North Carolina. So, Mike, we got to start wrapping things up. I didn't realize that we were this far along. But
we're way in.
We got a lot covered today. It was a nice little bit of extra. We had to ask Derpy. I thought that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Also, we had picks. A lot of Steelers talk that went on today. Mike, anything before we start getting ready to wrap it up, man?
Yeah, it's weird little or a nice little stat for the Steelers. There's been, I think it was 10 to 13 returns, and we've only given up 33 yards on punt returns.
Nice.
Danny Smith might be the NFL
Special
coach.
Team is top notch.
He should be the NFL. Like the NFL coach of the year should go right to Danny Smith. Forget that it's head coach of the year. It goes to Danny Smith this year.
Did you see that Russell Wilson, the amount of yards he's passed was the most ever in a debut by a Steeler quarterback?
Yeah.
Really?
I thought that was pretty interesting. So
yeah.
Derpy, what about you, brother? Anything before we get ready to roll, man?
Two things.
Yeah.
I want my debate between one man's opinion and Mike here.
I'm working on that. You don't worry, Derpy. That'll be happening soon enough. I'll fill you in on details later.
And secondly, make sure you go get a dangerous sandwich today from Permani Brothers.
Derpy, are you going to get the dangerous sandwich?
When I win that gift card.
Okay.
I'm Derpy. I'm calling my way back, baby. Don't count the eggs before they.
All right. There you go. Guys, I do want to say thank you to everybody for coming and hanging out and checking us out today. We appreciate each and every one of you. We really, really do. Couldn't do it without you. We wouldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody on the board. You guys always kick ass, always keep things interesting here on the show. We love it. And everybody at home, we want to thank you so much for your support. We appreciate every single one of you 100%. We really do. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I do believe that is everything for me as well, Mike. I feel like I'm forgetting something. That feeling,
that's everything. Right? That's everything.
I don't see anything around me that I could be forgetting. But I do believe that's it.
Ryan.
All right, guys. I
have a question.
Derpy.
Do you want me to punch your light instead of you.
What?
He
You
asked
want
if
me-
your lighting rig, if Derpy can punch that instead of you.
Yeah, you could beat the shit out of it if you want. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I got something figured out here, but yeah, feel free. Anytime you want to punch this light, you could have it. It's all yours. But guys,
Oh,
I
it's
do
like-
again one more time say thanks, everybody on the board. We do appreciate you. Thank you. I see all the thanks and certainly want to say thank you back. I want to thank Ron
Yes.
for the donation today. Certainly always appreciated, sir. Great to see
Yes.
everybody today. We'll be back tomorrow. Friday's always a busy day. Heading into the weekend, getting ready for everything that's going on. Also, you got World Series, you got the NBA starting, you got the Penguins. Everything is going right now in sports, which I love. But we will be back tomorrow first thing to cover everything heading into the weekend. We hope to see everybody then. For Derpy, for Mike in the Steelers Central Mobile Studio, myself, the two Dumb Yinzers, everybody have a great Thursday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.